David Zere for Real America's Voice News. We are here at CPAC 2021 in Orlando, Florida. This place was electric yesterday with Ted Cruz. Trump's coming tomorrow. I want to bring in a special guest with us today. We have Lee Murphy. And Lee Murphy ran at large in Delaware in the only congressional seat in the last election. And you've been active for a really long time. Lee, how are you today?
David, it's a pleasure to be with you. And CPAC is electric.
Yes.
Tomorrow, it's going to be unbelievable with President Trump.
Yeah, so it's funny. Everybody was criticizing Trump, and the Republicans were denouncing him, that he's an insurrectionist and all this stuff. And now all of a sudden, Mitch McConnell wants to be friends again. What's going on?
Hey, Mitch has to go.
Yeah,
he stabbed the president in the back, and we can't go forward with a guy like him.
Yeah, it's crazy. So now that he's so popular here at CPAC, this is less about the GOP this year, and than it is, I think, about conservatism, fighting conservatism and fighting, the assault on free speech and all the lunacy that we see going on. Kids training for the marching band inside tents in Washington. People, the agenda that's going on with this new bill in Congress, right, about transgender. It's crazy, right?
Equality Act.
Yeah, the Equality Act.
Yeah, the Equality Act. They should call it the Inequality Act. It's going to literally destroy female sports. My granddaughter plays basketball in high school. She wants to go to college and play basketball. But if she has to compete, if this law is passed, she'll have to compete against boys.
Well, what about Title IX? The liberals and the Democrats and the people, and women fought for Title IX for decades, and they finally got it, right? And that allowed women to compete in sports. Doesn't that ruin all of that?
It does. Hey, look, I'm a father of two daughters. I'm a grandfather of two granddaughters. I was a coach for many years. I coached girls athletics. Now, women have fought for years to be equal with men, especially in athletics and sports. This will go, it'll go out the window with this law.
So like in Texas, there was like a minor league basketball team that has a 6'8" man playing for the team with the rest of the women. Is this out of control?
That's out of control. Not because of 6'8". It's not right.
Yeah. Well, and then in New Zealand, this man who became a woman smashed all of the weightlifting records recently, and then two men won this, running competition here in America. And all these girls train for years to do this all life. I have girls who play sports in my family, and it's tragic in a way.
It is. Now, the Equality Act, the Inequality Act, let's be clear, it makes gender identity a right. So today, I could be a man. Tomorrow, I could be a woman if I choose. Right. And I have to be protected.
Well, there's
under
good
the
news.
law.
There's good news. Mr. Potato Head is not going to be gender neutral. There was so much outcry about them trying to change that. He still will be Mr. Potato Head in the fall.
Okay. Look, we all had a Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
Okay. And when they go to Mr. Potato Head, that's just a little bit too far.
Yeah, it's we're under assault in a lot of ways here. So tell us a little bit about Delaware. The Biden family, being from Delaware. Dan Bongino says that Joe Biden has progressed really in a bad way and is not fit to be president right now. What do you think?
Well, living in Delaware my entire adult life, I've gotten to know Joe very well. As you know, I worked for Amtrak for 35 years.
Yes.
I was a train conductor. Joe and I spoke on the train for years and years and years. We go to the same basketball games. His granddaughter, my granddaughter, to play against each other. But let me tell you about Joe Biden 2021. Joe Biden now is not, he was never really much of anything, okay, quite frankly. But Joe Biden in 2021 is just a puppet for the radical left's extreme platform. And he, obviously, by signing those
63 now.
63 executive orders. He is taking marching orders from the radical left, Nancy Pelosi, the squad.
Well, that's our fear, especially with energy policy. We were number one in the world, in production. They're trying to reverse that with the Green New Deal agenda. Biden probably is not in control and is probably being manipulated in a big way.
He certainly is. This guy's ego was so big. He had to be president. He had to be president at any cost. He's president, but he's not in charge. And let's be honest here. This is a dangerous situation. Yeah. The nuclear codes, okay? he has sole responsibility for those codes. And I'm a guy that knows this guy for a long time.
Yeah.
I would not want him in charge of putting new tires on my car, quite frankly. And I mean that sincerely.
Yeah, so I won't be able to sleep tonight, that's for sure. All right, so we're going to wrap this up today. I want to thank you so much for coming out to CPAC 2021. And I'll see you again on the campaign trail, I'm sure, right? Any words for our viewers out there?
Well, David, yeah, I hope to see you again. But 2022, we ran a great race in Delaware in 2020. We got more votes than any other Republican candidate running for Congress in history in Delaware. We came up a little bit short, mail-in ballots, but I will let you know. And I'd love to run for Congress in 2022. We'll make a decision soon.
All right, that's great, everybody. Lee Murphy, and this is David Zere, CPAC 2021 Orlando, and we're going to bring you some great live coverage. Stay tuned and watch Trump tomorrow.